Hi everybody, EJ Samuel here with PAFootballNews.com. I'm talking quiet because guess what? We're at Dunmore, and that's Lackawanna Trail's band, which must only mean one thing. Lackawanna Trail's in town. Interesting matchup. I chose this matchup only because there was just, if you'll recall, we saw Trail opening week. They played Tunkhannock. It looked like it was going to be an interesting game, but after they figured out Tunkhannock's defensive scheme, they kind of just ran and got the win, primarily thanks to the help of running back Demetrius Douglas. Now I'm very excited to see this because Dunmore's in a very interesting situation. They find themselves at 0-3 for the first time that I can remember in quite some time. Now, they gave me this really cool thing. So big shout out to Dunmore. You already have brownie points with me. I love going to the stadium. If you don't know, there's a lot of people from the radio station that are from around here. A lot of them went to Dunmore. They all know who I am. Of course, peeping the Froggy merch. But I've been looking through this lineup. They've got some big kits, this Dunmore team does. Look at 6-foot senior running back Gabe Franick. I mean, look at that. I'm expecting to see a lot of him. I see a lot of big guys on that line. And even with losing Thomas Bowen and Danny Piga, I think Dunmore genuinely has a shot, as well as Lackawanna Trail. It's going to be a fantastic game, regardless of the records. It's 2-1 Lackawanna Trail at 0-3 Dunmore. Dunmore looking for their first win of the season. It's very possible. Let's see what's going on other than that with the highlights right now. Okay, folks, at halftime it is 21-7. Let me tell you something. I think both of these teams are actually pretty talented. Dunmore was driving and they got their drive killed. They could have only cut the lead to one score, but they had their drive killed. Okay, fine. What's the problem, though, for Dunmore? If I say that they're not as bad as people think that they are, being 0-3 and being down by 2 scores, well, what's the problem? Well, I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is Isaac Ryan, who's come out of nowhere today with a hat trick in the first half. 3 touchdowns, folks. All 3 were him. And I'm sorry, if you'll recall, we had Lackawanna Trail and Tunkhannock the first week. And I will tell you, I think that their running game, their running personnel, Lackawanna Trails, has got to be top 3 in District 2. 100%. Might even be number 1. Because if you'll recall, it was Demetrius Douglas against Tunkhannock who lit the team up. But now, it's Isaac Ryan who's doing that. They have a fantastic running game, and if Dunmore doesn't figure out an answer, they're not going to have a fun time in the second half. Now, Dunmore, to their credit, came out swinging with a touchdown, but it's been pretty quiet since then. They've had drives killed. They've been throwing interceptions. It's not good. So 21-7 is what we've got right now. Also, shout out to Dunmore. It's been a great host for me. They've been fantastic. And Lackawanna Trail, Boy, their fans have traveled, and they're nice and loud. The band's fantastic. This should be an exciting second half. Can Dunmore pull it off? I guess we'll see here. Roll the highlights.
He's a transplant. He's not originally from here.
Interesting.
See you next week.
All right, guys, that'll do it here from Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Dunmore. 28-7 the final. Trail was able to get the victory over Dunmore. Dunmore now falls to 0-4. When's the last time we've said this? 0-4. It's so weird, isn't it? But Lackawanna Trail improves to 3-1. Now, I said they are real good, if you remember the Tunkhannock game, and they have just proved it. Now, it was 28-7. 3 touchdowns coming from Isaac Ryan, the other one coming from Demetrius Douglas. So their running game is, like I said at halftime, the real deal. So, fact of the matter is, you know, there's some interesting stuff going on, and I gotta tell you, I cannot wait to get in and talk to Isaac Ryan, which you're about to see now. Hey everybody, this is EJ Samuel with PAFootballNews.com. I am with Junior Isaac Ryan. 28-7 big win at Dunmore. You had 3 touchdowns, the hat trick, if you will. Talk about that first touchdown. Did that help you roll into the next 2? Or did you just, you know, find a rhythm? What was going through your head? How'd you get there?
Well, that play, the line was blocking great all night. I got to give a thanks to my backs. They were kicking ass in the backfield, running hard. And yeah, I think a big momentum builder, and it led us to the win.
So you got a tough one next week. You got Mid-Valley. They are no slouch, but, you know, a lot of people were coming into this game saying, well, Dunmore could turn it around as well, and you got the win. Now, is that the same mentality for Mid-Valley? Are you preparing a little bit differently for a wild card team like them, or what's your mindset?
Well, we block all that out. We do what we do at practice, and we come to play.
So speaking of come to play, you did come to play. We mentioned previously 3 touchdowns. Now, I saw you guys at Tunkhannock, and it looked like you had Demetrius Douglas out there running, and he scored a lot of touchdowns. What's the chemistry like between you two? The backfield is fantastic for Trail.
Yeah, we just try to run as hard as we could. Trust the O-line, trust all our teammates. It works out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Tonight's game's great team effort. I know where he went. He said that we held him to 30 yards and 22 rushes in the first half. I mean, just great all-around defense. Just got to keep it going. So it's a great team effort, and we just got to keep taking it week by week.
Okay, that'll do it. Hope you enjoyed the interviews. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I will be at Dallas and Pittston area. At Pittston area. That is next week. So, again, 28-7 final here. You can find this video, as well as my other videos, PAFootballNews.com.